Curran's the type of guy who ties his shoes before he puts his shoes on. He's also the type of guy who pours his milk before he pours his cereal. And it sounds like a negative thing, but it's just not.
Brendan Curran is an amazing man. He accomplishes more in 24 hours than most of us can in 25. He's that kind of person.
He helps me with my homework in class.
Brendan Curran's pretty cool. His shoe game's on point.
His lawn is always cut. His classroom's neat. His lesson plans are wonderful. He's always clean shaven, mainly.
Brendan's my favorite teacher. He's awesome, his shoes are nice. I have a problem staring at him in class.
The thing that stands out to me about Brendan Curran are his lovely KDs.
You got the Kobe's. Couple pair of the Air Max 1s, oldies but goodies. The best pair of shoes I own that I can't wear anymore because the soles are disintegrating, which is a total bummer, but the Jordan 4s, white and cement. The Air Max 90s, another oldie but goodie. And another pair of Jordans. And I got the LeBrons on my feet. Also known for my walk.
And just when he walks so gracefully, it seems as though everyone's heads just turn. And I want that too.
You know, when I think Brendan Curran, I think classy walk. Peppy walk. Hey, Jason Sudeikis.
I heard Brendan Curran has an in with many celebrities, and so I just kind of want to get to know him better.
Consider this. If you think Jason Sudeikis is cool, what you need to realize is that Jason Sudeikis thinks Brendan Curran is cool.
And Olivia Wilde thinks he's cool.
And if you think about this, Jason Sudeikis is cool. He thinks Brendan Curran's cool. So that means Brendan Curran's pretty freaking cool.
It's funny because, you know, he's got a really good head of hair. I think some people would say he's known for his hair. And it's one of the first things I remember about him because we became buddies in 8th grade. I remember how greasy his hair was. And it's, because he's always wearing a baseball hat, you know, Lakers hat. And interesting that now that initial image of him having really bad hair, and now he's really famous for having really good hair.
Another thing you should know about Brendan Curran is the fact that one time we were both in New York City at the same time, and he could get into this party, and I couldn't get in. If that's not saying something, that's not saying something.
It was a lot of fun coaching with him, primarily because of his feats of strength and his ability to do athletically things a normal man couldn't. I distinctly remember one time we had a practice at Horizons High School, and there was no electricity for some reason, so we went to making feats of incredible shots, and he made 2 off the wall, and we thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Brendan Curran has superhuman abilities and can make 2 shots in the Horizons gym with no lights. Really, he was the beacon of light.
I mean, he had a winter coat on, 2 bags on the shoulders, both. Picks up a ball, throws it up. There's no lights on in the gym. We're at Horizons, and he's probably 30 feet away, and just swoosh. Walks down other side of the gym, grabs another ball, just for fun. I mean, he was having a good time. Still had the coat on. Throws it off the wall. I mean, he threw it pretty hard. Bounces. Just watched it. Just again. Made the second one.
It's too easy. It's too easy. I love coaching basketball. I still love coaching basketball. I just don't do it for soccer anymore. I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis when I was, I don't know, mid-20s sometime. And so I'd managed that for a while, and it's, basically just resulted in me having a sore knee quite a bit. But after I became a head coach, it's an autoimmune disease, and so the hours you put into coaching affected my health quite a bit. And I tore my meniscus just because of the arthritis, and started feeling a lot older than I was, and so I had to make a decision to stop coaching, which is the whole reason I got into education was to coach, and so I gave up something that I loved. As a result of that, though, it's been good for my family, just that I'm not spending as many hours coaching and get to coach my own boys, which has been great.
Okay, if we're going to talk about Brendan Curran and tragedy, I'm going to have to take down my hood for this. Get serious here, because Brendan Curran, in all honesty, is one of my mentors and one of the greatest coaches I've ever worked under. And you guys know how many activities and clubs and sports I'm involved with. So I've worked with a lot of people, and I feel like I learned from Brendan Curran the best way to be kind of a support system and a balance between having fun and working hard. And the fact that he's not able to do that anymore because of his knee and his arthritis situation, I think is, it's really sad, but at the same time he has to understand the impact he was able to have while he was coaching. And those of us who still are able, we still have our knees, intact and working are, not that he doesn't have a knee, let's not go there, but the fact of the matter is that I still remember the lessons that he taught me throughout when he was coaching, when I coach today, and so his legacy, it lives on.
I don't think either one of us want to play against each other right now, but 20 years ago, it would have been a good match. I don't know. Let's call it a tie.
I would dominate him one-on-one. And he might not admit it, but in the back of his mind, he truly knows.
With no cartilage in my left knee, at 38 years old, I would treat Connor Hill like the little boy that he is.
I'm not sure if this qualifies him as a legend or not, but every time you tell a joke, Brendan Curran laughs.
Do I have an addiction to coffee? I actually don't drink coffee anymore. Am I supposed to answer yes? I drink tea.
He's no Scott Hirons, but he's getting closer. He's getting closer. I'm a little concerned for him. That one time I found him, kind of mainlining the coffee. I thought, well, that's wrong, but that's okay. I still love him.
Yeah, this was a few years back. It was during the blood drive. I had a student who gave blood that day. She'd never given blood, and she was walking up to my desk. She was starting to fall back and forth a little bit. She was getting a little wobbly, and I caught her and sat her down and wheeled her down to the nurse. It was a close call on that. The young lady was standing right here. I noticed that she was starting to get a little wobbly, so I reached over. Right as she went down, I caught her, brought her to a chair, wheeled her down to the office, nurse's office.
Would you consider yourself a hero?
I was just doing my job.
I'm proud of him.